Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be recreating another Kendall Jenner look. I saw that she, I think it was for her like cowgirl or this for this country themed party. She dressed up as like a cowgirl and she had this really pretty, sorry I'm fostering a cat. You could probably hear her meowing. But she had this really pretty monochromatic, just light purple all over her eyes, and I've been wanting to do a look like this for spring for so long, and I was like, of course Kendall Jenner showcases it before I get to, but now I can recreate her look for you guys and show you how I do it. So I'm just gonna put my hair back with, shout out to Casey Jane, I still have your headband. This is kind of, I'll put it here somewhere, what the picture looks like. You can see it from here, especially with my lovely glare, but she definitely probably has foundation on. I just don't feel like putting foundation on. So I'm gonna do a lightweight BB cream. This is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in medium. I just want like a little bit of coverage and like to even out my skin tone, but I don't want to do anything like crazy. So just put that on my skin, and you know I like to rub it with my hands that I just washed, spread it around, then with my damp beauty blender just blend it out. For concealer, I'm taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, and then under my eyes and up my nose, blending that in with the beauty blender as well. For a little bit more highlight, I'm taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard and just putting that under my eyes. And I like to, when I'm blending my concealer out, bring it up to my eyelid just kind of as like a primer, because I don't really use primer, and it just evens out my eyelids and kind of creates a nice base for my eyeshadow. Now to set that concealer, I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 220 as always, and just lightly pressing that onto my under eyes, because you don't want to swipe your powder because then you're kind of swiping away the product. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Glossier Wowder in light medium. If you watch my videos, you probably know that next up is my NARS bronzer in the shade Laguna. Kind of basically do the same steps for everything when it comes to my face, unless there's like a specific type of look I'm going for. Here and there I throw in a few different products. So with my Morphe M523 brush, I'm just carving out underneath my cheekbone and into my hairline. Kendall always has really good cheekbones, so I'm gonna try to contour like a little bit more today. And she looks really like bronzed on the forehead and the hairline. For more bronzer, I'm taking the MAC Give Me Sun, which is just a more goldy and warmer bronzer. I'm dusting that over where I contoured. I don't want to go too intense with this because then I'll look a little muddy, and we don't want that. For cheeks, she has kind of a really nice coral shade, and I'm using a different product today, not my ColourPop, but it is an old product that I used to use all the time. So this is the ColourPop Knockout palette. This is pretty old, to be honest. I don't even think they sell this anymore, but this is what it looks like. So you have a blush and highlight duo, and the blush I believe is called Excuse My French. So I'm taking that with just like a blush brush from e.l.f. and applying it to my cheeks. And she doesn't really have a crazy highlight, it just kind of seems like a neutral. So I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Precious Petals, this one, and lightly putting that where I usually highlight, like on my cheekbone into my brows and on my nose and up the bridge of my nose on my Cupid's bow. So now for the eyes. I'm going to be taking the Modern Renaissance palette I found. I wanted to do this with the James Charles palette because, you know, I've been doing this little challenge where I'm trying to create a look using every eyeshadow using his palette. Those are my most recent videos if you want to go check those out. But I'm taking the Modern Renaissance palette because this has a much softer, like lilac-y purple, whereas the James Charles palette only had some really bright purples. I might be saying this super wrong, but this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm taking this shade right here. It's Buon Fresco. I don't know. I'm going to be using that, but I think I'm going to start off by setting my lids with Tempera. I'm going to start off with that. Just taking a fluffy brush and setting my lid. So it doesn't look like she has any type of transition shade. So I'm just going to go right in. So I'm going to be taking Buon Fresco, I don't know, this one, and applying that all over my lid. I'm going to press it onto the lid because it's pretty sheer so I can get the most color. She always does some type of like cat eye or flicking up, and it's brought down really low on her lower lash line. So I'm just gonna continue to build up that color, bringing it from my crease out to a little wing so it fades nicely, following my lower lash line, and then bringing it down to my lower lash line to kind of make that a little dramatic. Then I'm going to be taking the Tempera, the shade again, because it doesn't look like she has any shimmer highlight. No, it's like a really matte look, so I'm just going to lightly take that shade with a more precise brush and bring that into my inner corner and my brow bone. And it looks like she has a little tiny wing, so I'm going to do a little tiny wing using the Glossier Pro Tip. I'm crazy, just something to elongate your eyes. And you don't want to bring the liner any farther than like your pupil because she has like no liner right here. So it kind of just gives the illusion that your lashes are fuller, your eyes are a little bit more cat eye. I always fuck up doing this eye because I don't know why, but I'm not comfortable anymore in this position. For mascara, I'm taking my L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara in the shade Black. It looks like she might have like natural lashes on, but it's nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to be applying this. Now for eyebrows, she always has her brows really nicely done. So I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. I haven't like actually filled in my brows in a hot minute. I've just been using the Glossier Boy Brow because it just like takes no time. But Kendall's brows always look really like natural. They're never anything too snatched. So I'm just gonna clean up the shape of my brow and then go in with my Glossier Boy Brow to make it a little bit fuller and to kind of fill in all the little spaces I might have missed with this. And also Kendall has much straighter eyebrows than I do, so I'm trying not to emphasize my arch too much. Now with my Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown, I'm just going to fluff up my eyebrows. Lastly, for lips, I'm going to line my lips using the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Cafe. And Kendall always overdraws her lips, but mostly on her Cupid's bow, so I'm going to be doing that. Then with my ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Halo Effect, I'm going to be going over that. She also is using like a little bit of a filter, so she's using like that Instagram freckle filter. So I'm gonna attempt to put some freckles on my face using that Brow Wiz that we used. Just like lightly dotting them. We'll see how it goes. And then just tapping that out. I don't even think you can see that, but I tried. But this is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my recreation of that Kendall Jenner purple makeup look that she wore to that like cow country party. I don't really know how to describe it. But as always, please like and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and if you like any of the Glossier products that I used today, I am a rep, so if you click the link below, you can get 10% off your Glossier purchase. And also follow me on my social media, which is, I don't have a Twitter, because I got myself in a lot of trouble in high school with a Twitter. But I just have my Instagram linked down below that you can follow as well, and I hope you guys are all safe and healthy and hopefully starting to adapt to this new life that we are living right now, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.